Right, what's going on everyone? It's still here, coming back at you with another video. I'm making this pretty much straight after I made my last one. Dog's in the background again, so you can see it. Yeah, I just made my other one a couple of hours ago. I've had a shower, so my hair still looks shit, but it looks slightly better. And I'm going to be talking about something different, quite obviously. Let's get the fucking jacket off, come on. We're going to be talking about the Premier League fixtures this weekend and the results. Obviously, Arsenal have got Borough tonight away, I think. Hopefully they lose that, they might do. But yeah, I might not get time to make one tomorrow because I'm back at work and stuff. Obviously, today's a bank holiday, so I've got more time to do it. I've got a free house tomorrow, I won't do. So we'll probably, if I get a chance to make a, like, I don't know, when I make a review of the other ones, I'll probably touch on that. You know, in the next video I'll make, I'll touch on the result of that and what the permutations of that result are. But yeah, we're going to go in chronological order. Tottenham 4, Bournemouth 0. Standard win for Tottenham. I wish United had standard wins like these at home, but we don't. This is a standard Tottenham win. I think they beat Watford 4-0 last week. Bournemouth are safe. I wouldn't worry if you're a Bournemouth fan. Spurs, obviously, I made the United video already. I'll still touch on that because why not? May as well. But yeah, as you know, Chelsea lost already, so Spurs will gain 3 points, and then the gap's now 4 points at the top. So it'll be hard for them to catch them, but at least it gives them a bit of hope, I think. Anyway, then we've got Palace 2, Leicester 2. I think Leicester went 1-0 down and went 2-1 in the lead. Yeah, they did. Oh no, sorry, they went 1-0 up. Who scored ahead of them? Vardy scored on the counter attack, and then Palace equalised. But yeah, it's a it's an result. Palace probably too strong to go down at this point. You probably only need 3 more points, if that, to stay up. Leicester just pushing, trying to get higher up the table, so it just makes their season look a bit better than it was. We'll preview the Champions League games at the end of this as well. We'll touch on them. But yeah, Palace are too strong to go down. I think Big Sam's done it again. You know, they were I think they might have been 18th when he took over. But yeah, he's got them out of that. They're safe now, and Leicester are just trying to get a bit higher up the table. Probably finish high as ninth, probably the highest it can go, I'd say. Um, Sunderland 2, West Ham 2 would be a good result for Sunderland, but given the circumstances of their season and how much they needed 3 points, it's not. They should have. I'm not going to say they should have won this, but this is one of the home games where if they want any chance of staying up, they should have won. I don't think they've got any hope now. West Ham, another shit away performance. They're not great. I can't see how Bilic stays now. You know, they can. I think Palace have a game in hand. If they win that, they're they're a couple of points above them, so they're going to have the old manager probably above them that he sacked for, you know, not taking them any further and have hired a guy, Bilic, who's meant to take them further. They had a fluky season last year, obviously. Payet carried them, and now they're where they should be with the quality of the squad. Snodgrass is god awful. And he still plays. He looked good at Hull. Maybe he's one of them players that looks good in a shit team. Even though Hull aren't bad, I'm not going to say they're bad, but they look good in a worse team. When they go to a better team with better players around them, they look very average, and that's the case. West Ham aren't going to go down, obviously, but could finish as low as like 14th, 15th, which is a shocking season for them, to be honest, and I think they should be looking at a new manager, and I think most West Hams probably think the same thing. Everton 3, Burnley 1. Everton keeping that 7th place. No one's going to get them off them now. I think they're actually above Arsenal in 6th, actually, and we're 5th. But yeah, when Arsenal win the games in hand, which they will, they'll be 7th and they'll stay there probably. Burnley lost another big away game. They don't win away games, never mind against sides like Everton. Everton well deserved the 3 points. I think Burnley's goal came from a shocking challenge from Rob Blez. I don't know what that was about when he fouled Vokes, I think it was. The ball was going away, it was pretty much on the edge of the box, and just goes straight behind him and snaps him. It was like something off FIFA, it was funny as fuck. But yeah, they had a bit of a scare with that, but then me scored an own goal, Lukaku scored a header, and Jagielka actually scored the opener. He's got 3 games in a row, 3 games. He got 3 goals in a row, I should say. He scored against United, scored the other in the last game, and he scored the other day as well. So he's got 3 goals in a row. That's decent for him as a centre back. Stoke 3, Hull 1. It's what you'd expect. Stoke usually struggle at home, especially against the lesser sides. Hull showed a bit of promise. They got a goal back. Was it 1-1 at one point? Yeah, Harry Maguire scored, then Crouch scored a header, and Shaqiri scored that fucking scream. That was a mint goal, to be fair. The power he got on that. That's something you'd see on like Twitter or something from a foreign league. That was an amazing goal. But yeah, Stoke might not be on the beach after all, but they probably are. It's a decent result for them. Again, it's another drab season for Stoke. They haven't strengthened much in the summer just gone. They stayed with the same manager. What can you expect? I think I've got a lot of mates that are Stoke fans because I used to live there, and I think, and they think as well, to take them further and try and push, I don't know, Everton for 7th and getting Europa League, because that's where they should be. You know, they've been 9th, 10th the last like 2 or 3 seasons now. The next step gradually is to step up, and I hope that the board, for Stoke's sake, want that, because if they don't and are happy with finishing 9th or whatever, 10th for every season and getting the prize money from that and just being comfortable in the league, then they'll stick with Hughes. But that's why they sacked Pulis, because he wanted Hughes to take them to the next level, and he hasn't done that at all, to be honest with you, especially when you see what Pulis can do with West Brom, who've got less money than Stoke and less a worse team. I think Hughes should probably move on at the end of the season. Stoke could probably try and punch a bit higher. You know, West Ham are being linked with managers like Mancini and stuff. Why can't they go for someone like that? Or at least maybe a Marco Silva at Hull, who obviously they beat, but he's still a better manager than Hughes, in my opinion. I don't really rate Hughes at all. You know, he had one shot with money at Man City and he bottled it and got the sack there. So if he can't do that with loads of money, what's he going to do? He certainly can't step up anyway. Because he gets linked, well, he don't get linked, but you know, you have all the Yadar people on Soccer Saturday saying why managers like Mark Hughes getting linked with big clubs. Because he's a shit manager, to be fair. Other managers probably deserve a chance, but I really don't rate him at all. Watford won, Swansea 0. It's a bad result for Swansea, but it would have been a lot worse if Hull got something at Stoke. So it keeps a gap at 2 points between them and Hull. Hull are 2 points above them in 17th, I think, when I last checked. So yeah, this was an opportunity for them to get at least a point or 3 and gain on Hull, to be honest, because Watford are a bit on the beach as well. They're not going to go down. They'll probably sack the manager again and buy another shitload of players. They're going to do exactly the same thing, I know they are. But yeah, they haven't had a great season, Watford, to be honest. They weren't playing for anything, and Swansea couldn't get up for it. So I don't know. I think Swansea are going to go down, to be honest, but it's not the worst result ever, given Stoke didn't get anything. Sorry, Hull didn't get anything at Stoke. Watford again, another team just hanging around at mid-table, not really doing much. Southampton 0, Man City 3. I actually had hope for this game because Southampton teams of the past have beaten big teams at home. We've always struggled against them, even this season, to be honest. But City just rolled them over. They held back for like 45 minutes, didn't really do a lot. Then just who scored the opener? I'm gonna have to check. I watched the game as well, but I can't remember. Yeah, Company scored the opener off a corner, shocking marking by Yoshida. Yoshida had a terrible game. And then they just hit him on the break. Sane with a goal. Then towards the end, Aguero header at the back post. You know, guys like 5'9" beating Stevens and Yoshida again. I think in the air, just a joke from a Southampton defensive point of view. But yeah, City just had too much quality for them, and at the end of the day, they just sort of held back, sort of tied them out for about an hour, then started hitting them on the break, and it was well too easy for them. I think they're a good shot for third now. I don't think we'll be catching them. If we're going to catch anyone, it'll be Liverpool at this point. But yeah, good result for them. Southampton again, mid-table, probably high second against 9th, so hopefully they push for that for their sake. But City, very good result. I'd be happy with that. West Brom 0, Liverpool 1. Ironically, the Liverpool goal coming for a header off a set piece against the best defensive team off set pieces in the league. Bit ironic. Again, another game I thought that a rival like the City-Southampton game, that a rival could have lost or easily dropped points in. But I suppose we beat West Brom 2-0 away, and this season they're being a bit more expansive under Pulis and not as strong at home as they were as strong defensively, I don't think at all. And they exploited that Liverpool with a like a flick on and then a nodding at the back of the net off a set piece. Liverpool still going strong in third, but obviously I think when City win the games in hand, they'll leapfrog them. But I think it's going to be hard to get fourth off them now, given their favourable fixture list, and that's a good result for them, to be fair. A away win at West Brom for any side is always good, and I think that's the first time Liverpool have beat a Tony Pulis side away in the league ever, which is great, to be honest. It's a very good win for them. They deserve more. Milner and Moreno missing golden chances. Moreno's towards the end was comical. The last 4 minutes was mad. But yeah, Liverpool still going strong for top 4. West Brom probably still going to... I can't see them budging from that 8th place. We'll quickly check how secure they are in that coveted 8th place. Not so much, actually. If Watford win their game in hand, they're a point behind. Southampton have 2 games in hand. If they win them, they're above them. So, you know, they'll probably finish 8th or 9th, which is a good season for West Brom, especially the lost players like Berahino and not spent a load of money. Then we've got the big one, which we've already covered, United-Chelsea. United still chasing that top 4. Got a little bit of hope, but I'm not going to... I don't know. If we had an easy fixture list, I'd be optimistic, but I'm not going to be at this point. Chelsea is still going strong for the league, unless this is like a catalyst to make them crumble, because Conte and his players have looked a bit dejected. And I think Chelsea players are mentally weak. They couldn't handle Mourinho's criticisms and stuff, and now they just seem like they can't pick themselves up when they were down against us. So, yeah. Chelsea still going strong for the title, probably. United chasing top four, but that's pretty much it. And then we've got Borough Arsenal tonight. I'll do a little preview for that. But again, Arsenal really bad, look really bad. Lost 3-0 to Palace, but again, Borough aren't great. But I still think Borough could get something from this. I think if it was the Aitor Karanka Middlesbrough side, we'd be looking at a 0-0 easily all day long, and I think Borough would get a point and Arsenal would drop points. But yeah. I'm kind of half expecting Arsenal to drop points here, but if we think about it, and Arsenal pick themselves up just a little bit, they'll easily win this. But I think if they play anything like they did against Palace and Borough, maybe a bit direct with Gisted and stuff in Negredo, they can at least get a draw or maybe all 3 points. It just depends on what Arsenal side shows up. And going off previous games, you'd expect the shit one with no fight to turn up, but they might not. I'm not going to say they will. Hopefully they'll lose that though, for my sake and United fans' sake. But yeah, we're going to preview the Champions League games now quickly. Obviously we'll talk about the results from the week before. So tomorrow we've got Leicester Atletico Madrid. Leicester lost 1-0 in the away leg to Atletico Madrid. Not a bad result given it's Atletico Madrid. Leicester are mid-table in the Premier League. It's pretty bad from Atletico's point of view, to be honest. But I feel like I can't see Leicester getting through this. I feel like if they got one away goal and again maybe got a similar result to the Sevilla game in the last 16 the round before, they'd have a chance. But now if Atletico score 1 goal, Leicester have to score 3. And Leicester aren't great at the back, and Atletico are very good counter-attacking going forward and being up against it. So I can't really see Leicester getting anything from this. Again, one away goal could have changed everything, and I just wish that they pushed on a bit more. I know Shakespeare, he even went a bit defensive in the end because he didn't want to see his side losing. 1-0 is a decent result on paper. But in terms of getting through the tie, I don't think it's very good for them. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Obviously, Real Madrid won 2-1 in the away leg. Javi Martinez got sent off and Ronaldo got a brace. I don't know. This one's a bit... It could go either way. Obviously, I'm making a prediction and a preview, so I'm not going to sit on the fence and go, oh, either team could go for it. I'm going to say who I think will win. I think Madrid will win. I think we'll have a bit too much for Bayern on the day. And to be honest, I thought Bayern were probably the team who could go on and win a Champions League with like how frail Real and Barca have been this season, to be honest. But yeah, I think unless Bayern get them 2 away goals back, I can't see them really doing anything. Obviously, 1-0. And they're still out on away goals, so they have to score 2, and I can't see them doing that against Madrid. I think maybe Madrid and Atletico going through into the semi-finals, and we've got Barcelona, Juventus. I know Barca beat PSG from a bigger deficit. Obviously, if you're not aware, they lost 3-0 to Juventus in the last game. But I don't see them coming back from this. Juventus are very strong defensively. Now just part of the bus in this game. Probably just play, I don't know, maybe a 5-back or a deep 4-4-1-1 or something, or 4-4-2 or something like that. And just frustrate Barca and maybe try and nick a 1-0 or probably lose 1 or 2-0. They won't be bothered. And I can't see Barcelona doing it. They don't look up for it. They don't look like they're playing for the manager, especially when your manager announces he's going to leave before the end of the season, like 3 or 4 months before the season's over. It just perplexes me that, because then they're going to start playing for him because they've got no one to impress and they'll be looking for moves and stuff. But yeah, I'll see Juventus getting through that one. So far we've got Real, Atletico and Juventus. Then we've got Monaco, Dortmund. This game could really go either way. Monaco beat Dortmund 3-2. I missed it because I was at work, because obviously it kicked off at 5:45, but I saw the highlights. Dortmund dominated the game, but Monaco very clinical on the counter-attack. Had 7 shots, I think, and like 30% of the ball. But that's how they play, and they're very clinical. Mbappe getting 2 goals, he's a fucking prospect. Hopefully we'll come on to him in the summer when United sign him. We'll talk about him a bit more in depth maybe, but that's probably not going to happen. Dortmund, again, very good going forward, but really shit defensively like Monaco are. And this could go either way, but I'm going to go sit my neck on my line and say Monaco, just purely because of the away goals, because now Dortmund are going to have to score at least 2, which are more than capable of doing, especially against Monaco. But yeah, I don't see them doing it, and I think Monaco will win this, and then it's going to be Real, Atletico, Juventus and Monaco, and it looks like a decent semi-final set-up, especially if Real Madrid get Monaco, because they're the 2 most exciting sides left, obviously. Then if Juventus get Atletico and it's a bit of a defensive and tactical battle, that'll be very good. So I'm going to predict at this point, I'm going to predict a Juventus-Real Madrid final. That's what I'm going to predict now, and I'm going to predict Real Madrid to win it again. I don't know, it just seems like they're always up for the Champions League. They're not doing great in the league. I think they're top, but they're not doing fantastically. We're going to have a quick look, so I don't like a bell end. But yeah, Madrid always look more up for the Champions League. They're 3 points clear of a game in hand, so they are doing decent, but they're not doing they're not doing great. Do you know what I mean? They just look like a completely different team in the Champions League. So I'm going to predict Madrid to win it at this point. And that's pretty much all I've got for you. Again, I'm going to check if there's any footballing news. Not really. In terms of the Championship, Brighton look like they're going to win it now. 4 points clear of Newcastle with 4 games to go and they're playing today, I think. So yeah, it's not looking great for Newcastle fans. It's 0-0 at the moment. The games have just kicked off. They kicked off at 3, I think. But yeah, it looks like Brighton are going to win that. And I'm sure Newcastle fans won't be asked because they're going to go up. But with the money they spent and the manager they've got, they should be looking to beat Brighton in the league, for fuck's sake. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you. As I've said, I'll probably try if I get time to make a review of the next fixtures, and maybe I'll put the European fixtures in that. So that'll leave it till like Sunday, Monday to make another video actually, which I don't want to do because that's nearly a week. So if anything comes up in a week, I'll make a video. If there's any big news, I might make some transfer rumour news, and then maybe touch on the Champions League results, or just make a video purely on the Champions League if it was entertaining enough. But yeah, 2 videos in one day. Hopefully you'll enjoy this one. If you haven't watched the last one, it's just a Chelsea United review. Obviously I go a bit more in depth in that, so I didn't want to go massively in depth in this video and make it like 20 minutes long. It's already 15 actually. But yeah, go check that out if you haven't already. Drop a like if you've enjoyed. Comment your thoughts on, I don't know, the fixtures at the weekend that I've been on. I don't get many comments, and I'd really like to because I like talking about football, to be honest. But yeah, comment your thoughts on that. Comment on what you think is going to happen in the Champions League. Subscribe if you're new. Go follow me on Twitter @Dilbala. And it's been Dil, guys. See you in a bit.